All right, so we are going to talk about the standard equation of a circle today. The standard equation of a circle with a center of hk and a radius of r is r squared equals x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. Now this should look familiar. If I were to take this k and h out, and I replace this r sorry, let me say that again. If I were to replace these values, if I were to replace r with c, and if I were to place x minus h with a, so we have c, r equals c, and y minus h equals b, we just have the Pythagorean theorem. So it's a nifty way to remember our equation for our circle. Something I want to point out is that h is going to give us our horizontal shift. That's going to tell us how far we're going to shift our center left and right. K is going to tell us our vertical shift. It's going to tell us how much we're going to shift the center of our circle up and down. And r is just going to be our radius. It's how wide, how big half our circle is going to be. Now when h and k are 0, it's just going to end up on the origin. So let's look at that really quick. So r squared equals h squared plus y squared. We'd have a circle. It's a really ugly drawing, but the circle just centered on the origin, and our radius is just going to be r. Alright, so let's start on our examples. So the first example is find the center and radius of the following circles. So we're going to do, our equation is x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 25. So when we're looking at this, we want to go in for, this is our h. Remember we said that it's x minus h, y minus k. So back to our original equation. And we're going to go the opposite sign. So if this is minus 3, we're just going to read whatever number this is. So our center is going to be at 3, 1. So remember, 3, 1. And our radius is just going to be the square root of this number, because this is r squared, which is going to end up being 5. It's pretty simple. So our last example for the video notes, is determine if the following points are on the circle x plus 1 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 50. We want to see if this point is on the circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this point and plug it in for x and y and see if this equation, if the left-hand side equals 50. We're going to start off by plugging it in. So we said at 8, negative 3. So x is 8, y is negative 3. So 8 plus 1 is 9 squared plus negative 3 minus 5 is going to be negative 8 squared equals 50. This is going to be 9 squared is 81, because it's 9 times 9. And negative 8 squared is going to be 64. Alright, so you can clearly see this is going to, alright, so if we add these up, it would be 5, and this would be 4. So this point will not be on the circle. so that concludes our video notes for tonight. Make sure you take notes and be ready for our warm-up tomorrow in class.